Hi.
Hi.
Okay.
All right, I got all that. Oops.
Hi, ladies.
Hello. And change this to gallery. What I'll do is put my earbuds on so I'm not bothering Ricky. Let me check here. Yep. Hello. Are you there? There you are. Maybe? No? Yeah.
Now
Yep.
can you hear me?
Yep.
Okay, great. Happy
All right.
spring. We
Happy
made it through.
Spring.
Way!
Happy spring. I'm so glad to see you.
Finally.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes. So how have you all been? Healthy?
Healthy? Yeah. How about you guys?
Good. Good.
Good.
Yeah. Yeah. A few slips here and there, but we can work through all those. So
Yeah.
we had a conference that we ran for the Mid-Atlantic Community Papers Association. So we got that in. So I was really, really happy when you said, can we move this back?
Yeah.
It worked out. That's for sure.
We're flexible.
All
Every
right.
day but Friday.
Yeah, for sure. That's kind of the day to run errands and go to the doctor and all kinds of things. So, all right. Well, let me go to. I sort of made up this agenda. I thought, well, why not? Um, so we've got a couple of things. Let me just pull it up on the screen so you can see. Couple of outstanding projects that Erin had sent the blog for Generic that she created, but I think it got lost in our January activities.
Okay.
So because she had sent it on. So if Erin, if what you can do is send over the blog once again to them. Do you want the link from the Google Drive to look at? So it's a Word document, and then you can just make changes that way.
So I just make her an editor, right?
Yeah, what you would do is go into the share at the top right, and then down at the bottom where it says restricted,
Yeah.
you change that to whoever has the link is an
Okay.
editor, and change it from viewer to editor. And then
Okay.
from there, just send along the link once you have that. So
Okay.
that'll be good. Um, we're work. Erin is working
Yes.
with older photos that we have for the posts, and I think last month she shared a folder with you for pictures. So do you need that link once again for that?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Okay.
So go ahead and I'm going to say this too, Erin. Once you have share the link, also put it in this document since we're sharing this document with them.
Okay.
If you could, going forward, I mean, this, I'm not going to make any excuses. If I missed it, I'm sorry. But going forward, put
Yeah.
Megan with me.
Okay.
So if I she won't, and so then we get what you guys need over to you because
We can do both.
unlike both of these topics, I don't want to sound like it was the first time we talked about it, but to me, after the last couple months, it sounds
Yeah.
like the
Yeah.
first time
Yeah.
ever.
Yeah. So what
Before.
we'll do is for sending over the blog, Erin send to Megan and to Fran,
Okay.
and the same with the folder.
All right.
Send to both on that. Okay. Um, for Facebook, I can see that you discovered we added connect you to Berkson Schuylkill because when I go into connect you to Berkson Schuylkill, I see your well, somewhere along the line they'll come up. Well, we have that, but we also had the I thought we had yeah, yeah. So you're using that. So yay.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. And ironically, when I look at the metadata, let's see, is this that's yours. The metadata on it, the ones that have the floor plan Friday are getting traction over and connect you to Brooks and Schuylkill. So way to go. Way to go. So keep on using that. Get out of my way. And my little share bar, menu bar in my face. So any questions you have on that? All good? All good? All right. The update of current blogs, I talked to Erin about updating the Trex versus Wood, and that was back on May 2nd of 2023. So she actually started, well, Erin, you can
I
talk
have
for
one.
yourself.
I did it.
Okay. Okay. So you do have it. You want to
Yes.
go ahead and share it,
Okay.
and then we'll send it over to them as well.
All right. You want me to share
Yeah,
it
you
now
can.
or wait till after the meeting?
Well, you know what? Why don't we wait until after the meeting?
Okay.
Then you can share it the same way, send to both of them as editors, and then they
Okay.
can check that out. So
Okay.
yeah, sounds good. So that's going to be worked on. Aaron, not Aaron. Annie is creating a list of all the blogs we have for you. That way we can look at them and have more of a strategy as to what needs to be updated, what needs to be written, because we have for April, what is April's special?
Uh, granite and quartz countertops, 15%
Yeah.
off.
So is there um I know we have a blog for that, but is there anything new about them that we would want to highlight and feature?
I don't think so.
Okay. Okay.
I don't think so. I mean, I believe our supplier supplies both of those. So
Right.
it depends. For people, you're not going to sell quartz to somebody who loves granite. This just doesn't work, Because they are two books. Granite, though, is probably the older of the two. Like I guess if you're busy in the kitchen, I mean, I'd have to look at that I'd have to check with chat to make sure that what I'm saying to be factual. But
Right.
what I believe it could, granite is indestructible.
Right.
So,
Granted is
Sure.
because when I came down there, the very first time that I came down there, you were creating a fire in the kitchen because I guess the guy had demonstrated how you can, I don't know what the fuel was that was being used, but it was just it wasn't hot burning, but it was
yeah,
showing that you can have open flame and it's okay.
I mean, if you're like I cook a lot, and if I had to do it all over again, I have pork, so I have to make sure that I always take down something, a hot pad or something like that, where
Mm-hmm.
it would have been to not have to do that. So I probably would have still did it because I'm afraid it would wreck it or something. But
Right.
I don't think it can work. I think
Yeah.
you can crack.
Granite. Yeah. So we can look at what was written, and if there we could do a granite versus quartz if we don't have anything like that. We can look at the pros and cons. And if that would be something that Megan or you want to look into, I would use Perplexity to do the actual research and not chat,
Okay.
but then take it over into chat and kind of craft it.
Okay.
Is that something you'd like to tackle, Megan?
That's sure we can check. Yeah, because
Yeah.
I want to make sure that though granite might be the indestructible, it might
Yeah.
not be the one that Chris and company down there. So I don't want to do something that would be
Wrong.
counteract they are pushing, and they could be pressing, forward.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yep. Okay. So that's good. So you have that under control. Um, we'll send along. Annie is creating the list. So we'll send along the list to you. Hard to do is to send it to you. Okay. All right. Is there anything else? Megan, I think I had written down that was it Martin Flooring you were working with to collaborate with posts and such? How did that go?
Okay, so what happened with that was not long after our last meeting, she did go to one of our jobs, but something didn't work out. I think it might have been just there was too much going on, so she
Okay.
didn't get to do it.
All right.
Then she said next week, and I haven't heard from her since, and that was about 2 weeks ago. So
Okay.
I was out of the office.
Okay. So that's still a little outstanding.
What was that?
I said that's a little outstanding project.
Yeah, it's a work in progress. I'm thinking I'm going to hear from her Monday. I did call the office and talk to her boss because she's kind of backing up my schedule.
Mm,
So it's
yeah. I think too, last month we worked on having more of your logo in the lower left corner of the posts and the photo images for the posts. Is that all good for you?
Yeah, I've seen it. It looks good. So
Okay, good. All right.
there was one thing I wanted to discuss. I noticed in Sendable, um, I think we meant to link the old Facebook page, but in all actuality, that accidentally happened was we linked the normal one. So whenever you post and you put both of them, it just puts the post on twice. I don't know if it's
Okay. Well, let me go in Sendable so we can look at it. Okay. Okay, I'll just go to create one. Yeah, these two look to be the same. I'm wondering if we were trying to connect Fran's personal page, which we can't. It won't let us do it. And we didn't know about it. Used to be you could do it, but they no longer let you do it. So if we go to Facebook, so let's go to Well Built, and then so which one are you thinking should, because this, okay, so there's three, all right?
Yeah,
This
I think
has
it's the one that
60, go ahead.
contract. I think it's the one that says contractor at the bottom.
Okay, let's look at it. Is that the one?
Yes, that's the one.
Yeah, okay. So this one, what we'll need is to be added. This must not be part of what we have access to. Let me see. Let me hide some stuff here. Okay, so that's that one. Let me see if I have that one on here. These are all our pages. Oh my goodness. We may not have access to that one. I'm almost getting to the end.
This is the one that says, well, and Fran Reiner. That one got 4.5 thousand friends. And then the other
Okay.
one,
Okay, let me look at that. Okay, so this one is 15 Orchard Lane. And then you said the other one has a different address?
no, the other one, it says Wellbold Homes. It just says Wellbold Homes is the profile picture, and my name is on it, Fran Reiner.
Let me go.
That one hasn't had post for a long time.
So there's contractor and construction. So does this have your name on it? No.
You
That
So
talking
was
this
about
is,
Extendable?
Yep, that one there, you can, as far as I'm concerned, that hasn't been active since 17. We can delete that page, but I'm afraid if you delete it, you're going to delete the other one for whatever
no.
reason, they're that way. And they both have 1.7 followers.
No, this has 1.7 followers and the other has over 2,000.
the correct well-built page?
Yeah, let me, 1.7, hang on a minute. I don't want to confuse it. I'm going to go into another page and look for the one that's, I don't know what this kid's doing, but this one I see, this is contractor, and this
That's
has
the
2000.
correct one.
Yes,
On
this
one
is the correct one.
So the 1.71, you might as well delete because that's
Okay,
for
okay,
5 years.
okay.
Right?
Well, what's really interesting is what is typical of all of these social media platforms are they hide the way in which to delete a page and make it difficult to find it. Okay. So the other day, Two Guys Plumbing, where we started doing work with them, and he too had 2 pages online. Now, I just said to it, can we migrate the page? Well, it says you can migrate the page, but it has to be approved by us to migrate. And the thing is that when you migrate a page, like the 1.7, everything that is on that page is deleted. So it's like migrating to me means you're bringing over the followers and likes, right?
Right. Right.
So I thought to myself, this is stupid. If they're going to not let us do it because they're giving us permission whether or not to migrate it, why not delete it? For him, he has like 200, he has a small following. He has 200 people on his one page and 69 on another. And like yours, where it's the posts are back in 2017, he didn't even have any posts. So the nice thing is we can download the posts, and I'm not sure if we can do the same with the likes, but we can, when deleting, we can make a backup of it. What we do with that backup is another thing. And I might look into how can we, with the backups we utilize it on another page. That's my to-do, to find out a little bit about that. But my feeling is if people haven't seen the activity since 2017, those followers and likes, that'll be tough to get them because of it.
Why don't we do this on because what I don't want is people looking for us on Facebook by not going through the website, and they're
True.
just looking for us on Facebook. If 4 of them come up, and the only one they pick is the one that the last post was in 2017. If I were that person, I would be like, I ain't going to go there. They don't keep up with their social media. So
Right.
that
So we're going to delete it.
that one there, but the one that I have. So right now we have the business page that you have up on the thing right now.
Right.
It's a 2.2 followers. I think that should be our only page. And I know I'm going back on what Trish wanted us to do, and I said, no, we don't want to do that. But this page has gotten built up a lot. Since Meg's been doing this stuff, it built up a lot.
Oh, yeah. Definitely. Definitely.
But this one here, instead, the only thing that's going to take this one away, the one that says Wellville Homes, Fran Reiner.
Well, see, I did this. Is this
Wellville on
your
there?
page?
File page there.
Oh,
Picture.
okay. That's this. All right. Yep. Yeah. Is
You know what
that
I
your
mean? Why
personal
not?
page? Go ahead.
It used to be my personal page. I never had a Facebook page. Um, and then we had this big mix up with these two pages, and then first old one from back in 2017. So I thought, well, I don't want my family seeing all this stuff, so I put my own page. But what I think I'm going to do is my own page is Frances D. Reiner.
Right.
This one, Fran Reiner. I think what I'm going to do is all we have to do is get rid of the well-built homes thing up there, like the profile, the cover photo. Why don't
Yeah.
we just get rid of that? Put something else there,
What
and then
on your personal page? This one?
oh, not that one. No, no, that was my personal page.
Okay.
But this one wasn't the page before that one. Okay.
Okay. Hang
This
on.
one, 4.5.
This one?
Nope, that's the good one.
You know what? Do you have yours open?
I do.
Okay. I'm going to have you share it because I want to see what a solution would be for it because
I have an Apple, so I don't know how to use. You know what? Maybe I figure out.
you see the green share down at the bottom?
Okay, let me
Raise
see.
hand, share, react.
Hold on.
The menu on the social media on Zoom. Down on the bottom, there's the audio and video. Participants chat, react, raise hand, and share. You see that? And if you see our three pictures and you pull up, it might just be hiding. No? Do you see it, Megan?
We had to drag it over from the other screen over there. So
Oh,
now I'm trying to get you guys back.
mm-hmm. We're here.
I'm trying to get us mic'd up here again. Hold on. We're like a giant shit show today. At least I am. Like they didn't start off the best. And it hasn't gotten any better since. Should work if we can share your phone, right? I think it's that green.
Yeah, try.
Yeah, the green share.
Oh, it's
And when you click it, it's going to say, what do you want to show? And, you know, I always tell people just to be on the page you want to show. Not happening? Okay. No, I can go back. You can guide me around.
Okay. Yeah, let's try it that way because we're
Yeah.
we're working off of an Apple Mac machine, so
Oh, well, I'm on
is that what you guys are on?
I'm on a laptop Mac. All we have here are Macs.
Oh, okay. So
Yeah. Yeah, we're
Hold
like
That's it.
our whole well, you can take over.
All right, let's see.
Okay.
I'm
Oh, you have PCs. I have two PCs here. Because our accountant
Is it that
doesn't.
green? That's not it. Screen share.
There you
There
go.
we go.
Okay.
Oh shit, now
Okay,
Really?
go ahead. Screen share.
Okay.
You gonna try it?
Yeah, she's on. Now, hold on, Sarah. Goodness. Desktop. Google.
Yeah, while you're on, like if you pick something, desktop, well, the Google, what will happen is you can just move around after it's all
Oh my,
once you're all there.
we got all kinds of stuff open now. Cancel.
Privacy password.
It's
No,
probably
you're
best
over
if
here.
I just handle it from here. So is
Okay, yeah.
this the page?
What are you looking at?
Hang on a minute. This was your
Yeah.
anniversary. See, it keeps on going back to there. So I'm doing a Fran
Push this one
Reiner
back over here.
well-built homes. Or do you have it as Francis?
And nope, it's going to look like The Office with a dusk picture, and it's going to say Fran Reiner, 4.5 thousand friends.
So I have all these.
We're not sharing
Is this
anymore.
it?
Or we don't. I don't see
Oh, we're not-
anything you're sharing at all anymore. Oh wait.
Oh, let me try stopping and starting again. Okay, now I am sharing.
The only thing we have is the three of us on the picture, our pictures up in the right hand corner.
Okay, something happened. Yeah, let me
Okay.
see if this is it. Yeah, I found your friend page.
Okay. There we go.
Okay. Can you see it?
And we're getting it. Hold on. Okay. Make that bigger. What is wrong? Okay. Let me see. Yeah, that's the one she's scrolling through. Hold on. Hold on a
Oh, you
second.
see that?
We're almost
You
there.
see
Yeah,
that?
we're almost there. Huh?
All right.
As good as we're going to get. Okay. Yeah, that's not going to be that. Okay. So that's the one that I'll change. See that one there. All that is me with well-built photo
Yeah.
there. That's it.
Mm-hmm.
I'll change
Mm-hmm.
that out. And then we'll get rid of that whole nonsense of that.
Right. This
But
should
we're not
be
going to take
one
the
of
page
those
down.
things. No, don't take this down because you've
No.
got 4.5K friends. Now, what
Mhm.
should happen with this page is you share everything from the other pages
Right.
to this page. You share
Yeah, we'll
them.
just do it old school manual way. Yep.
Yeah, you have to. And it's not
Yes.
something we can do.
Yeah, I'll do it.
But we can, that would be the way to do it, but have Fran Reiner and then pictures that are you. And it
Okay.
could be
So do
you
you think
at your
it would be
desk.
better to would it be better to let the well-built photo there and change the Fran Reiner?
What
no?
I would do is why not, so that it doesn't confuse people, but still have it be that well built is part of it. You maybe at the front lobby where the well built, you have the well built on the wall. What if you stand there, or you're talking with
Okay.
Megan, and take a picture. Keep in mind that it has to be landscape when you're taking the picture, and then
Okay.
for the Fran Reiner for the profile picture, do one of just you, and maybe it's you sitting in your office chair. Maybe it's you at your podcast. Maybe
Okay.
because you don't change any of the vice president at Wellbuilt,
Okay.
where you went to school, followed
Okay.
by, keep all of that
All right.
because I would, just keep it.
Okay.
But yeah.
So
And then
maybe
that
we'll
way.
just make this the
This is a
Well
fan
Built
page.
podcast thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And this can be
Yeah,
your
we'll think
fan
about that.
page
But I
kind of
think if
thing.
we need to get rid of the Well Built sign and stuff like that, just because it causes confusion.
Right.
Yeah.
Even
Now
though
the
it's
other
a
one,
different
the
picture.
other one, we definitely want to kill that other one off though.
Okay. But then
Crystal's
you
one,
want
I know
to,
that from 2017, right?
right. So you want to keep this one. Hello, spring. So we have
Yeah.
that. So
Yep.
you keep this one, but eliminate the other one that is 1.7K and has 2017 as the last post.
Yes. Let's just purge that, get rid of that one
Okay.
because
So
that's
I'll
just
do
what I would
backups
be,
of it.
it causes me concern when I would find that.
Yeah. Well, let's do that. Yeah. I'm all for that. Sounds good.
Okay.
All right. That works that out. Let me get rid of. Okay, so what do we got here? I think this is Connect Universe. Oh, yeah. Let me remove that. And then we had that. You want to find out what he needs, Vicky? All right. So what I wanted to do, we did this last time, look at what posts are doing very well. We did well on the global recycling. Let me see, there were some others in here that I even thought there was potential, like this one. All right. This may be one because of the fact that I think you had 263, you had 558 views. Okay. All right. It's authentic. It's not, so my feeling would be if this is what they want to see, if this is kind of the what gets them to react, don't hold back. The fact that they gave you the heads up, the thumbs up with it, do it. Yeah. So that I would do with the social medias.
There was I saw this thing I checked it, I put through on chat of how can you make it, because now it knows you because I do everything every day on chat. So it knows who I am. So I said, based upon our website, what you know about me, what would be a short video that could make it go viral? And
what did it tell you?
It told me to have just be yourself, which that's dangerous, but be yourself and do like a Q&A and just be truthful. So if it's like just some dumb things that have happened, not that you make yourself look stupid,
no.
And I thought, well, and here's what I thought of over my career of how many stupid questions, but I never would name anyone, but questions that have been asked over the years. It doesn't mean that it could come from, and I would depict it that way, that this could have came from across the dinner table with a friend. It could have came from a customer. But they're all customers, to tell you the truth. But I don't want to pin it that way, right? And so the question would come to us would be, we love your houses, we love your prices, but the other builders' prices are higher. So what aren't we getting with you, doors and windows? So you would always get these this condescending things like that, right? And then,
my gosh.
Yeah, and then just just have
I would say to them, well, if you want it to be higher, yours good if you want.
Yeah, right. Exactly. We'll put the price higher if you want it to be. And we would do that, and so those were repeated questions over the years that we would get. And or
Oh my
the other one
word.
would be this. Well, it's between me and you, this builder and us. Um,
Hmm.
what can
Hmm.
you tell me about this other builder? Don't put me in that position. You need to put yourself in
Oh
that position.
my word.
You know what I mean? And we're competitors. You don't want, I
Hmm.
won't do that. They might do it,
Right.
but I'm not going to do it.
Right.
So,
Right.
the only time I ever talked, I don't want to say foul because I never talked foul on and one other builder ever in
Hmm.
almost 40
Hmm.
years of my career, never once. But we had a rash of competition with Walter Greff. When Walter
Hmm.
Greff
Hmm.
decided he was going to bankrupt from the umpteenth time, he decided he was
Hmm.
going to put his face all over Berks County billboards. And it caused quite the to-do.
Oh
And people
wow.
would call us up and they would come in all the time and they were like, this is the price I have from Walter Greff, and we really like Walter, but we really like you too. What can you tell me about Walter? And I'm like, why don't you ask Walter what he can tell you about me? Why are you asking me? All I'm going to say to you
Right.
is why is the reason? So finally, I mean, it was a rash. If we didn't get it
Hmm.
every other day for weeks, we didn't get it once.
Hmm.
So finally, I got sick of it, and I just said to him, I said, you know what? Why don't you do yourself a favor? Why don't you drive around Berks County and look at all these billboard signs and ask yourself, because his face was plastered all over, and that's what they would tell me. We see his face all over the place, so it must make him good. No, he was in bankruptcy for the 20th time at that point in life. And so I said to him, I said, well, and I wasn't going to say that because then you're going to get a lawsuit. So I just said to
Hmm.
him, I said, you need to ask yourself the question is why at someone in his career, he had 15 years on Larry. Why in his career, at his age, gray-headed, why is he up there selling his soul to Berks County on every possible billboard on every major highway?
You have to
You
ask
need to ask
yourself. There's
yourself
an
that
issue.
question.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
then one person came back. I mean, he did lose a couple. That it was an even thing, They lost,
Hmm.
we lost, and so
Hmm.
one person came back and they said, I have to talk to you about this person. I'm so confused. And I said to him, I said, well, look, why don't you just go on the courthouse docket? And I ain't telling you any more from that. And do some research and see. And so
Yeah.
he called me back like a week later and he goes, well, why didn't you tell me that he was going bankrupt? I'm like, well, number one, you didn't ask me that question. He goes, well, if you would have asked me that, if I would have asked him that, if he would have asked that question to me, would I have told him? I said, if
You
the
would have
words
said,
came out of your
go on
mouth,
the courthouse docket.
you know, right. If the
Yeah.
words came out of your mouth, is he going bankrupt? My answer to you would have been yes. But that's not what
Hmm.
you asked me. I told
Yeah.
you how to find out information. And so I will never,
And
Larry or
that's
I will
not the
never, ever,
ethical
ever
way.
do that.
Right.
It's just not right to
Hmm.
do that. I don't know his
Right.
circumstances. I don't know what he's done. I know
Right.
that I
Yep.
personally had a run in with him when we bought our
Hmm.
land here. He wanted
Hmm.
$200,000 for this plot of ground that we're sitting on. And we're here
Oh my.
20 years. Is it 20? This is our 20th year here. Coming
Wow.
up in July, we'll be here 20 years. So $200,000 20 years ago, he wanted for this piece of ground that we're sitting on right now.
That's highway robbery.
Yeah. And so,
Wow.
but at the time,
20
what the
years
time
ago.
was,
My God.
yeah, but
That
at the
should have been
time, Larry and I were going to
30,000.
go,
What
oh, I know,
how many
exactly.
acres? How many acres?
It's just an acre. It's not, it's
Oh my
1
God, it
acre.
should be 30,000.
Yep.
Oh.
But it's commercial property. And so
Mm.
Larry and I, when we started to make our move to come to here in Leesport,
Yeah.
he wanted to be this way. I wanted to be down in an old stone home outside of Birdsboro. That's where I went. So we had like two possibilities. So we
All
went
right.
to, at that time, we went over to Berks County. That was Berks County Bank, was back in the day. And
Right.
I
I
forget
remember
what his
him.
name was, the president of the bank there.
I don't
He's
know.
now a realtor. But anyway, irrelevant.
Yeah.
I went
Yeah.
to him and I said to him, I said, can you, give me some advice? I needed some non-biased advice. And he says, well, do a traffic study. He said, get yourself a traffic study. So I did.
Yeah.
We did a traffic study down on 724 and we did one here.
Mm-hmm.
Nelson Oswald, that was his name. And
Oh, okay.
so
Okay.
it was very good advice. So when we got the traffic study, we could see that more people were coming this way as opposed to 724 going
Yep.
into Birdsboro. So that was a good thing. But then what he
Mhm.
said to Larry and I was, and I looked at him as a much older person than myself, was wisdom. And what he gave was wisdom. And he said, look, there are two roads, which I never give it any thought. He said there are only two roads from Berks County to Schuylkill County, and that's Route 61 and Route 183. Every way else, you're going to go up on 78. If that's not getting you out of Berks, you know what I mean? That type of thing.
Right.
You got to go to get to Schuylkill. You got to go on 61. 78
Right.
doesn't get you there. You got to get on 61. He said, and
Right.
I'm just telling you, that is the gateway to new construction. It's going to go north more than it's going to go south because south is already built up.
Correct. That's
And
right.
so that was what
That's
made
right.
we made our decision that we were going to
Wow.
go on this road here. But
Great.
then I said to Mr. Graff wanted $200,000 for it. So I counter offered him. I think it wasn't nothing ignorant. I think it was like 190 or something like that, right? So I had to
Mhm.
do it. So he didn't like Larry for no one reason. Larry never met this man in his life, but they were competitors. And so he didn't like
Right.
Larry because of the competition. So I had to go in as a straw buyer as Francis Reiner, not Wellbold Home. So I went in and the realtor made him an offer of $190,000. And you know what he offered me back? $199,999. He took $1 off
Oh
being
my God.
being a jerk, right? So
Yeah.
then that
Yeah.
caused me not to go to closing. I sent my realtor, I signed a POA and the realtor
Mhm.
went because I wasn't
Mhm.
going to do it. And I told the realtor,
You weren't going to
after
sit across
you
the
get the
table from
paper
him.
signed, what's that?
You weren't going to sit across the table from him.
I was never going to sit across the table from him. No.
Yeah. No.
And what I did was
No.
I told him, our realtor at the time was John Shue. And I told
Mhm.
John, I said, after you sign the papers and after he has the check in his possession and everything's done and you're walking out the door after your handshake, please hand him back the dollar and tell him that he needs it more than I do.
Oh.
And he did that. He took it. He took it.
I
No, I
would
wasn't going to have him not sell it to
I
me
would
because
have given it to him in all pennies.
unbelievable. Unbelievable. That guy, I don't
Yeah.
like him.
Oh, well, yeah.
He's not in business anymore.
Mhm.
He
Yeah.
he
Gone.
could have died. I
Yeah.
don't know if he died or I'm
I
not
don't
sure if he died
know.
or not.
I don't
I don't
know.
know, but he's
I don't know.
out. Now that's a
Mhm.
chiropractor in there now.
Yeah. 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 So I did want to show you this one because we had like a tremendous amount of engagement
Yeah,
with it.
that's good.
17 likes, one comment. Interaction was great. So
Yeah.
what this tells me is a couple of things. One, we should have a blog about central vacuum systems. I don't think we
Okay.
have any.
Probably not. No.
And two, this should be, they say boost. This should become a Facebook ad.
Okay.
From a
We can
standpoint,
do that.
yeah,
Let's
definitely.
do that.
So
Do you
this
want to
is,
do that or you want us to do it?
go ahead and do it. I would suggest that because of the engagement you had, stay with what you used for your question at the beginning, tagging, dragging a heavy vacuum, and
Yeah.
get the engagement. Now, what I would do with it is, where did you have it come back to? What was your link in this? I can't tell. Dragons. Was there a link? What was the date on this? January 30th. So let me go back in this sendable. Let's look at that. January 30th. It's only showing me last month. Now that it's wrapping up, we can do that a lot. You know what? Did we not
Could have did it
have?
better today.
Yeah, we'll have to go back and look at that right on Facebook. But what we should do is you don't ever want to have posts just go to your homepage of your website.
Oh, okay.
You always want it to go internal. And even if what it is, that from
Yeah,
that.
we don't know how to do that. Could you do it? Because we don't know how to do it.
Okay. Yeah, because you could have it go to like visit the floor plans, or the design center could be
Okay.
another area to take them to. So how about I take care of that Facebook ad for you?
Okay, that'd be great. Thank you.
Okay, and we'll do let's do 1 month, but we'll take a look at it to see how it's doing. After 2 weeks, check after 2.
Okay.
Okay. And because, let me see, 2 weeks, I'm putting 2 hours. And what do you think of, because it's sort of a test, we can keep it going. How about $5 a day?
That's fine. Yeah, let's do that.
Okay.
Yeah,
All
let's
right.
do that. See what it does.
Where is an area? Well, let's go into analytics while we're here. No. I want to go into ads. And I want to look at insights because where did I see? It was providing me, here, targeted locations. So these, for the Google Ads, I've flipped the switch, and this is good because I'm looking at the targeted areas where you were getting top performance for this week. So it's a 7-day. We could go, let's do this, last 28 days. I like to do a little more than 7 days. So let's see what your targeted locations were for that. Norristown. So Norristown seems to be Upper Darby, Westchester, Homostown, Allentown, Red Lion, Bristol, Lansdowne, Bethlehem. Of those, knowing that the Google Ads were getting that targeting, do you want to, since Norristown is heavy on the Google, do we want to go to Norristown area for the $5 a day?
Yeah, let's do that.
Okay. Because what it'll do is, if you're being seen and people are clicking through and engaging with you in Norristown, now we're adding the social media on top of that, and and pushing it. So okay, and we can find others as we go along. As
can you check on
happening.
one? There's one on that I just put on, and we actually ended up with 3 possible sales on it. And it was an ad that I just did. It has the ranchers, the new modern farmhouse ranchers.
So is this in your
it should have been portion? Just on. It'll be
Ads
on
Manager
Tuesday. Oh, Tuesday.
Okay. So let's
Tuesday I put it on.
No,
it's not a campaign. It was just a post.
Was it a boot? It was a post.
It was just a post. That's all.
So maybe that should be also considered.
Because that one, Elena got a lot of phone calls on and 3 possible sales.
Oh, so this? Let me see. I'm back in February. So this one? No, wait. We have 2 that don't have text. That was more. This was really cool. I liked what you did here. I like this a lot. And I saw people were making comments on it.
Yes, Meg's, that one
Yeah.
was Maggie's, yeah.
Mhm. Yeah, I like that a lot. Global St.
This just
Patrick's
show
Day.
I can't make anything bigger on my screen right now. Like I got everything all small and I can't
Uh-huh.
see you guys at all. But no, this so I can't see the things. But this one was a
Floor plan. What was it that?
it's
Well, let
further
me
up.
scroll through.
Meg said she can see it. It's right. It's the third one down.
Hang on here. This, the post with no text.
Yep, that's it.
This one. Okay.
Yep.
So what I would suggest on this is this has only the pictures. All right. So what
didn't
I
put a
would
link.
do going forward with it is get
Mhm.
text in there with descriptions of it. Because
Okay.
if it did well without text, imagine what it would be like with text.
Sure. Okay.
Yeah, because it has 6 likes, 1 comment. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Maybe hold off. What was this? This was March 18th. Maybe hold off and bring this out or one like it. That is a very similar.
Okay.
Maybe next month around the same time,
Okay.
bring out this one
Yeah.
along
See,
with the
we
description.
brought the 3 in and I'll have floor plans next week I can put in. I was just trying to
Oh,
whet an appetite is what I was trying to do. So we
oh,
just got these out of
yeah.
drafting and that's what they are.
Hmm.
So then
Oh,
now they're in the
wouldn't that be
process of getting drawn up. I think they're going to come over to you very soon.
cool? Well, what would be really, really cool going forward if you have that happen again, if this got this type of reaction, what would be cool is to always say coming soon, watch for the drafts next week or something
Yeah.
like that. Watch for the drafts to show the floor plan in a couple of weeks. So,
Okay.
very cool. Very cool. Well, that's good.
Okay.
So,
Yeah.
Megan, do you make the commission on that? Oh, okay. So where are we? Let me see. I've got to watch my time. Uh-oh. Wait.
Are we
What?
overtime?
Well, yeah. Oh, I'm good. I'm
That's
good. Yeah.
okay.
We got an
Okay.
hour. Because
Okay.
I know we didn't even dig into anything else. So we were into the analytics. We looked at that. I did want to, well, this is Google Analytics. This is your activity now this is a 28-day period. So we had a little bit of down slump here, and building up again, but we're still, it's like a stock market.
Mhm.
It's just
I'm
doing,
telling you, it's the
going,
gas prices. But people, what
yeah,
we're hearing right now is everyone is afraid to do anything because of the tariffs. They never
yes.
worried about the tariffs for all these years, and all of a sudden they're worried about
Well,
tariffs.
the thing about it is like, this is like people are so devastated by it all, and I'm like,
Yeah.
don't they get it?
No, they don't
Don't
get
they?
it.
Don't they? Like one of the guys challenged, yeah, what's her name, Carolyn,
Oh yeah,
I
and
love it.
about the tariffs, how
right.
it's going to
I
come
heard
back to
that thing
us.
too.
It's going to come back to us. And I thought to myself, I
Don't
loved
school
her
me in
answer.
economics.
Yeah.
Isn't that what
I
she
love,
said? Don't school me in economics.
yeah. Well, what I loved her answer because I thought, doesn't he know he's already paying a high price because
Exactly.
of the tariffs that we have to pay?
Yeah. Exactly.
We've been
Exactly. And you
paying
know
them.
what?
Don't
I think
don't they?
I I think what I'm
Oh,
going to do,
it's
and
so
I don't
dumb.
know, I have to talk. I did talk to Larry a little bit about it. Let me run it past you guys and see what you think.
Okay.
I have to educate myself a little bit more because I do not want someone calling and educating me about it.
Okay.
So I was going to do, because it is a big hot topic with the customers right now, and that's the feedback we're getting from Elena, is that people are afraid of what's going on. Okay.
Right.
You build houses like like Banshee Indians for 4 years with that crazy Joe Biden. And now we have a world of stabilization comes in, and the new sheriff's here. Nobody taking no shit from him, and you're gonna come to my game, and you're gonna he's gonna take his ball back to his place, and he's not playing games with you no more.
Yeah,
and everybody should know that. And
well,
I don't know that I have a bunch of illegal people that I'm dealing with at the time. Like, let's put it this way. I have pharmaceutical people because they got money, like pharmaceutical people got money.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Anybody comes in here and you're working for Merck, it is game on. They're spending all kinds of money. And I don't know if it's those people who are afraid that Elon's going to come in and Doge and axe them. I don't know if it's them. So I didn't creep too far into it as to Elena saying to Elena, hey, give me the list of the names of the people and what their positions are. Because we try to, as not like at the door, but as they become more, that they're pretty much going to be a customer, we try to find out what they do for a profession.
Right.
So we don't end up with egg on our face in conversations, right?
Right.
So I just don't, I was thinking about doing a podcast on that. Why are you afraid?
Yeah.
You weren't afraid for 4 years. You know what I mean? People were spending money left and right.
Yeah. What I would do is I would say that I would take this to chat. Right.
Right.
I would take it to chat and I would say, I know people are concerned about building a home with us that averages from this point to this point because of what's happening with the tariffs and the the unsurety of the stock market and everything else. How can we spin that and turn that around to be optimistic about working with us?
Okay,
I would
ask
chat. I would ask chat to do that. Only because then you're getting ideas, or you can just ask chat, what are some ideas for very optimistic because chat, Perplexity knows more about what's current. You could even go into Perplexity and get podcast ideas and just spin them positive. So that but make it a title like what you're saying. Why are you so unsure about building a home?
Right.
Interest rates are coming down, And when all of that started happening and the stock market did what it did, I'm not looking at anything yet because I know what's going to happen. Once things get settled, we're in good shape.
April 2nd should be, as they're calling it, what is it? What's Trump calling it? Not Independence Day. Is it Independence? The new Independence Day or something like that?
It could
April
be.
2nd.
It could be.
Yeah. Something like that. Because they're going to put all the tariffs in. And from my understanding, some of the people that I listen to who seem to have their head together, not just people with a tinfoil hat like myself.
Yeah.
These are people who actually have facts. They said that when he installs those tariffs on April 2nd, just so happens it's right before April 15th when everybody has to file by a deadline. And he felt that this man that I was listening to that, and he said Trump has teased how many times and said that we're going to make it not income tax, the internal revenue service. We're going to make it the external revenue service and let them pay and stop us from taxes were never supposed to have ever kept with us, but that's another night.
Oh yeah. That would be nice, wouldn't it? For sure. And they should stop taxing the senior citizens too.
Yes. Yeah.
Oh,
yeah. How many times we got to tax that money?
Yeah. It's just crazy. Just crazy. Somebody was saying, did you?
No, I was just going to say, did you see a lot of the wasted money that Elon
Oh my word.
Like what?
Isn't that amazing?
It's crazy.
It's unbelievable.
If we did something like that, we would be in prison forever. They put us in a prison that nobody knows
and
about.
now judges are holding back on it.
Yeah.
which means
Well, they're in it
that they're
too.
getting paid off to hold back.
Yeah,
They're getting,
exactly.
that's
I
what's
think we're going to
happening.
see the whole thing come down around them, isn't it? I think that's what's going to
I
happen.
believe so. I think they're going to
Yeah, I
all
do
see
too.
themselves. And the one guy that they want to impeach, I think he's just going to be, if this is what you want us to do to you, watch out. We're going to do it to you too. So
Yeah, that's exactly
yeah,
right. Yeah. I
yeah,
do think
for
so.
sure.
I think there's a
For
big
sure.
reckoning day coming.
I think there is. You know,
And
the
I've
whole
had my
time.
tinfoil hat on. You'll see some nut running down 61 with a tinfoil hat on. They need to take her away. That's me.
You know what? My friend
Telling
just gave
everybody
me,
along the line, I told you so.
my friend just gave me a Donald Trump mask. I forgot.
Oh, yeah.
I was gonna wear it in here the other day and scare you, but I forgot. It's orange and everything. Yep.
There you go. There you go. So,
Well,
all
we
right.
can pick up this other. I know you have to go. So where are the
Yeah.
top? Who are the top three competitors there?
Right,
One,
right.
2, and 3. Yeah.
1, 2, and
I mean,
3.
they're all. Yeah,
They're
1, 2,
right
and
at the
3.
top. 1, 2, 3.
Yep.
Right at the top.
Yep.
Rotel, Burks, and Hearthstone.
But
I
want to emphasize this is that I do not want in any shape or form them to find out
they
that
won't even know. They won't even know.
Okay.
They won't.
Okay.
No. They won't know at all. So,
Okay.
but I did want to. We worked on this, and I didn't get deep into checking all of this. So I want to do that for our meeting coming up. Okay.
Okay, that's fine. Yep. Mm-hmm.
All right. Good.
Okay.
Good.
All right.
Good. I'll follow up with like the to-do list, like what we need, who should do what.
Yes, please do that. And just going forward, always include Megan on it because if I miss it, because I get my emails and I'm still guardian over another person's emails in here and I get inundated. So sometimes I don't see them and I could maybe get click happy depending on what time of the day it
is. I let Aaron do that.
All right, ladies. Well,
great.
Enjoy the rest of the first day of spring.
Yes, you too. Take care then.
Okay, thank you.
Yes.
You too.
See you later.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.